What's up, guys? It's honestly episode 4, and I still cannot figure out how to say what's up, guys, in like a normal tone, but whatever. So, what's up, guys? Welcome back to my podcast. Welcome back to Zachary Reality. This is your host, Zachary Reality. What's up, guys? Oh my God. Woo! The fans go wild. Yeah, I'm honestly getting so good at this podcast thing. We're on episode 4. I'm just becoming a better bitch every single week, a better podcaster. I actually heard I was #1 in the charts. Yeah, so I really can't leave the house anymore these days. My podcast is just blown up, and I'm just like, this podcaster that I never ever anticipated I would be. No, but in all seriousness, thank you guys so much for coming back to my podcast, especially if you have made it to episode 4. If you watched or listened to all 4 episodes, I love you. Like, you are a real one, and you mean the world to me, and I appreciate you. So today on my podcast, I have a very special guest. Her name is Alexandra, also known as Lexi. She runs a very popular TikTok account where she talks all about pop culture, and she talks about, reality TV and rates red carpets. And she also runs an Instagram account that's super popular as well, where she has a bunch of hilarious memes, and she does like this roundup thing on her story. She's going to tell you a lot more about it. And she actually covers sports too, which is something that I'm not familiar with. I'm not comfortable with. I kind of told her, I was like, hey, listen, that's fine that you like sports, but like, don't bring it onto my podcast. Like, this is just not that kind of place. So I had to like let her know in advance, like, you are not welcome with your sports talk. But you know what? If you guys like sports and reality TV and pop culture, you need to check out my friend Lexi. I'm going to have all her links in the description, but let's play this interview. I want you guys to get to know her, and we're going to be talking all about Housewives, Summer House, Bachelor, Kardashians, all of the juiciest shit. So let's roll the clips. Hey, we are here with Lexi. Hey, girl.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. I'm so excited that you're here. We've been friends on social media for like maybe 2 months.
Yes, honestly, I'm like loving all of the people that I'm meeting on social media right
Uh-huh.
now. It's been such a joy and like made it so much more fun to interact and stay on all these apps. Like, having a great time. I'm so happy we're talking.
I know. Literally, I have guests on all the time, like, or friends that I meet on TikTok, and I'm like,
Mhm.
where are my real life friends?
I
All of my
know.
friends are on TikTok. Like, I don't have any friends in real life.
I know. And like I can make all the friends on TikTok, still can't find a boyfriend in real life or online. So here we are.
Literally. Literally. So we kind of connected on TikTok first because we
Mhm.
do similar things. We both talk about pop culture and reality TV. Why don't you give everybody the little rundown about what you talk about on TikTok?
Of course. So I'm on TikTok at Lexiniko. That's what my social media handle is everywhere. And
Mm,
I'm a thirst monster. So I'll
of
put that
course.
out there from the beginning.
Let them
Um,
know. Let them
let
know.
them know, let them know. And so I talk about pop culture, what's happening in current pop culture, and also like obscure things in pop culture or current events that just interest me. So, anything from like, oh my gosh, Kourtney Kardashian is wearing a skull necklace. Is that from Travis? Is his
Hmm.
son wearing it? Like that type of little trail. I love following those nuggets of information. And then, we do all the same similar things. We recap red carpets, different episodes of shows, talk about our favorite housewives, all the good stuff that
We
people
just
like to
can't
see.
stop. But when I followed you on Instagram, I realized that you were doing something similar on Instagram.
Mhm.
You do more memes on Instagram.
I do. So I do more meme content as it pertains to pop culture. I'll share my tweets. I talk more about current events over on Instagram as well. And then in my Instagram stories, every single day of the week,
Mhm.
Monday through Friday, the weekdays, I do something that I call the Roundup, which is all of the top celebrity or, current event news stories of the day. So I do everything from celebrity news, sports news, current events,
Oh,
and
you
try
talk
to
about
share,
sports.
yeah,
I
over
can't
to
get into that. I
sports.
can't get into that. I'm sorry.
You
Did
know
you?
what? It's relevant.
No, it is. It is. And you know what? You seem like you have something for everybody. So I'm glad that you have that, but I personally can't get into sports. Did you know that you can there's actually a limit of Instagram stories that you can post in a day?
No? How
Yeah.
many?
I have no idea, but this guy that I'm following on Instagram, he posted that he's like, I reached my maximum. He must have had like 70.
No.
How
I've
you
never hit
know,
the limit,
you
but
know how
I'm
many you've
going
put up in
to.
a day? Like, what's the most?
Oh my God. I think for the day, if we're doing red carpet plus the roundup, that
Mm.
type of stuff, and it's like a podcast day, I've got to have like 50 going at a time, something like that.
So
Like,
are people watching all the way through? Like, do you see the numbers drop from your first story to your 50th?
sometimes I do. It depends on the day. But then I also have my community, the hang gang. Like I have some really like a loyal community.
Yeah.
And so then I also get those tagged posts when people are like, when I see they'll like screenshot all the little lines on my
Uh-huh.
story and they're like, you know, it's going to be a good day.
Oh, I love that. That's so
I know
awesome.
it's so and like sometimes I can't like sometimes it makes me uncomfortable. I'm like, you're posting way too much. But when I see people tag me and things like that, I'm like, there is an audience for this. It might
Mhm.
not be for everybody, but the people that want it are here. So
Yeah, and if they don't want to watch your Instagram story, they can easily just swipe right through
oh
and go to
yeah,
the next one. But you do it for the people that
exactly.
actually enjoy it, and clearly people do because girl, you popping
Hmm.
on Instagram.
Oh, thank you. We're
Like you're
trying.
killing
We're
it.
all trying, right?
We are. But I want to ask, do you enjoy doing the memes more on Instagram or do you enjoy making TikToks or do you just like doing everything?
I like doing everything, which is why I think that I can't focus. Like, sometimes I just have these thoughts that come to my head and I love putting them like I love tweeting and that's why I just started like posting my tweets on Instagram because I was like these are funny. I feel like this is
Mhm.
funny. People will get a laugh out of this. My tweets did not like come to life the same way that I thought they might on TikTok. But I realized I also, you know, wanted a space to do more sort of long form conversation around
Mhm.
one particular topic. So having that 60 seconds to be able to capture video
So
has been
so long term,
amazing.
right? Such long
So
term
long term. I'm
content.
like, love how 60 seconds is long form.
Long form. I can't get into Twitter. I feel like I'm just not good on Twitter.
Really?
I
See, you
know.
have to like play and find I don't know about you, but I didn't really start doing speaking about like pop culture. I started talking about influencers a lot more. Like last year
Okay.
with like Danielle Bernstein, Ariel Charnas, when their stories were really starting to unfold and cancel culture was coming for everybody.
Mhm.
And so I didn't really hit this niche of like doing the talking to the camera on TikTok. I was literally trying to do the dances and like the
Oh,
different
yeah.
trends. And I was like,
Uh-huh.
this is not my groove. So it took me a little while longer to get into that. But now I just feel like I'm like finding my audience on there and
Mhm.
building in that more niche space.
What was like your first TikTok video that went viral?
Okay, also, that's the thing is like my first video that went viral was like I started TikTok last year in like May or around now, but really
Mhm.
started playing with it in May. But my first video didn't go viral until like August or September, and it was the Poosh LED face mask
Yes.
from Kourtney
I
Kardashian's
think I watched
website.
that.
And I think the reason it went viral was because when you get the mask, they're like, use it for 21 days, all three settings, da da da. So I followed it and I took before and after because I had really, really bad breakouts. You can see I have
Mhm.
some hormonal breakouts now um, from the masks, from wearing the masks. And it
Oh.
totally changed my skin. And
So
so
Pooh,
I
you're
did the
Poosh
before and
approved.
after. So I'm push approved. It was amazing. Like I still use the mask to this day. I'm so obsessed with it. I'll go on my TikTok lives in the mask
Oh,
because I have
yeah,
nothing else
yeah.
to do.
I know. I see you on TikTok live in a robe. I'm like, I do the
Yes.
same thing. And what I
Self-care.
what
It's
I
the
like about
vibe.
TikTok is that you could be so authentic on there because I just feel
Mhm.
like Instagram is such a judgmental place. And it's
It
also
is.
turned into like a LinkedIn in a way. You're just highlighting your life and highlighting like what you're doing. But TikTok, you really see people on there, no makeup, like home, messy
Absolutely.
bed. Like I will post on TikTok with my bed not even made, and I don't even care. And I feel like it's just a really supportive community on there and everyone supports each other. And it's also easy to find other people who do the same thing as you or
Mhm.
similar things because we all kind of have our own like niches and it's easier to make friends.
It is. I feel like there's a few things that are interesting about it is like the algorithm, you're right. Once I started making pop culture videos, like your content, the talk of shame, Audrey
Yes.
Peters, like everybody's content
Love
that was
that
sort
shame.
of relevant started coming up.
Mhm.
And so I found that community. And what's also nice is just like that community welcomes you and you support
Yes.
one another very
Mhm.
quickly, which is cool.
A lot of us have become really close friends. A few of us
Hmm.
went to Orange County last weekend, a few of us TikTokers.
Oh,
Um,
that's so
and we
fun.
went to the Quiet Woman. Are you a fan of Real Houses of Orange County?
No, see, I don't watch that one.
Okay, that's okay.
I boycotted it, but tell me.
That's fair. It's just like a really iconic place where a lot of plates have been thrown. And I
Oh,
know you watch
okay.
Jersey, so you're aware of an iconic glass throne. But I know you're in
Heck yeah.
Canada right now. You're coming to LA. So when you come to LA
Yes.
in the next couple of weeks, we will all get together and
Oh,
we
I
can
can't
go to
wait.
like, where would you want to go? Like Sir, Palm. Well, Palm's
Okay,
closed.
so you know what?
Buca
We
de
were just
Beppo.
talking. Yeah, we were talking before we recorded, and I was saying how when I was there last time, I was living in West Hollywood, and I would like run by Pump
Mhm.
and like Tom Tom every other day, and it was obviously closed. But even in all of my travels to LA and my obsession with Bravo, I've
Never
never
been.
gone to any Lisa Vanderpump restaurants. I did have Vanderpump Rosé, but I
It's
really
not
want
the
to go to
same.
Tom Tom.
Wait, you haven't even been inside?
No,
That is honestly crazy.
I know.
Tom Tom is actually closed still, but Sir
Ugh,
just reopened. I was actually at Sir last weekend for like
okay.
a hot minute. Me and my friend, we went to the Abbey for drinks. And then we
Mm-hmm.
walked down. We're like, let's just go to Sir and like pretend we're Stassi and Sheena. So we went into
Amazing.
Sir, like just literally went to the bathroom, like, and then just danced for a second. And we're like, Stassi, like we were just living our best lives. We were like 3 margaritas deep,
Perfect. You were having a
which
Witches of WeHo moment.
which is a WeHo moment, which if anyone is over the age of like, let's say 22, like one margarita, I'm messed up to the floor. Like I cannot hang like I used
Absolutely.
to. Do you feel like you're drinking more in quarantine or less?
So I would definitely say like last year at the beginning, I was drinking more because it was like, oh, you get on a Zoom, you have wine, there's nowhere to go. And then I got sick of it and actually stopped drinking for a while. And now that I've been in Toronto and I'm like, I stopped drinking in Toronto too in the new year, but now I'll have like a glass of wine on the weekend or
Mhm.
have like split a bottle of wine with my dad or something on a Saturday, but definitely not doing the same
You're really
vibe that I
living the
used to.
life.
I know. I'm like living the retired life, but working all of the time.
Are you dying to get back to LA? How long have you been back in Canada?
Since December. So I am like, I feel lucky because I love being at home. I love my family. I moved last year out of my apartment in Toronto. So I'm living at my parents' house in like my
Mhm.
childhood room. But I love being here. Like my parents are super easy to get along with and we have fun. But I am excited to come back to LA because I know restaurants, outdoor dining has opened
Mhm.
up. I could go on more like trips, Joshua Tree, Palm Springs. Like I'm
Yeah.
ready to get back to living, you know?
Me too. I feel the same way. I am in LA, obviously, but I've been quarantined for a long time. So I'm just
Mhm.
ready to start clubbing again. Like I'm in my 20s. Like I literally just moved here 6 months before the pandemic.
Oh my
Like I
god.
didn't get to live it up as much as I would have liked to. So I'm really hoping that summer 2021 is
That's your time.
our time because you're going to be here
Yes.
and we're
No,
going.
see, this is like you need to be out. Like I'm over 30. I'm not telling anybody my age, but I
Oh,
get asked on
no.
TikTok all the time. But like I'm cool. I was cool with the pandemic, but I said I was like I would feel so this would be so hard if I was in college or in my 20s
Yeah.
because like you need to be living your life. Like I lived, like I'm good to sit at home with a movie and my Netflix, you know?
Or just
But
reality TV.
even when you just said that you walked into CERN, you danced, I was like, "Oh, that sounds
For a
so good."
sec, like it was literally like 5 minutes, but it was the best 5 minutes of my
I
life.
know.
Like it just
I
felt
know.
so good because like we don't dance anymore.
No,
Like
we
there's no
don't.
dancing.
We
It's
don't do
crazy.
anything. I said this too. I was like, I just want to be, which is so ironic for me because I would never normally want this. I was like, I just want to be like sweaty somewhere, you know,
Mhm.
at like a music festival or in a bar. Like, I just
Uh-huh.
want to be in that moment.
It will
Miss
happen
it.
soon, and I know
Hmm.
Pride Month is coming in June, and that
Yes.
is going to be insane in West Hollywood. So
Oh,
I'm looking
yeah.
forward to that, and you will be here.
Yes.
So
Let's celebrate together,
we're gonna
please.
celebrate. I'm down.
Okay, good.
So let's get into trash reality television because that's the real reason
Beautiful.
you were brought on this podcast.
Hmm.
I know you are a fan of trash reality TV like myself. What are your favorite shows that you're watching right now?
Okay, so right now, like in terms of trash bag reality, like Summer House is doing it for me. I don't know if it is like the group of people together partying and
Hmm.
I miss it, but like they're really doing it for me. I'm having so much fun watching this season, even though there's actually a lot like with Carl's brother, there's a lot of
Yeah.
personal things going on. And then I'm really getting into Below Deck. My dad and I, we got into Below Deck
Oh.
Med in December, and then we had Below Deck and now Below Deck Sailing. So like I love
Uh-huh.
the dynamic between what's happening like above, like with the charter guests. And then I love seeing the staff members all interact too. So those are kind of like what's really doing it for me right now. But I'm obviously I'm watching everything right now except for Real Housewives of Dallas. I'm not quite into that yet, but Jersey
That's fair.
started, which is great.
We love Jersey. We were in a Jersey Clubhouse together for a hot minute a few
Yes.
weeks ago. Were you team Jackie or are you team Teresa? Because I don't think you mentioned it on the Clubhouse.
Okay, so this is what's so hard is like I met Teresa last year. Oh my God. She was here for like an influencer brunch.
Because
And I
Teresa's an
knew,
influencer.
yeah, no, but she was like the main event for
Of
this
course.
like streaming service. And
Okay.
so she like did a Q&A and it was awesome, but my friend actually ran the event, so I stayed after and like had lunch with Teresa with a couple other people. And she was perfectly like wonderful and lovely and I really liked her, and she's so OG, like she is the Real Housewives of
She
New
is with a
Jersey.
capital IS.
So it was so upsetting that I feel like I'm team Jackie in this situation, but like long term, I'm team
You're
Trey.
more
So I'm
loyal
just
to
like,
Teresa, but Jackie might be
yes,
right.
yes,
Is that what you're saying?
that's what I'm saying. Thank you.
It's always weird when you meet a reality star or just like anyone that you look up to or talk about on your pop culture pages, because then your opinion changes of them instantly.
I know.
I'm watching Real Houses of Dallas, and I've been trash talking Carrie Britt for a while, like just not a fan of her. Like she's been driving me crazy. I went on Watch What Happens Live a week or two ago. I was in the studio audience and I got to ask Carrie a question. I asked her the question. She was so nice. We DM'd after. All of a sudden, she's like I love her now. She's my BFF. Like,
Yeah.
how does that change so quickly? And now it's like, I am never going to talk bad about her again. I want to apologize for talking bad about her, but then I don't want her to know I was talking bad about her. So it's really weird when you meet people in real life because everybody is pretty nice, right? Have you ever met someone you didn't like?
I actually haven't met a lot of celebrities, and I don't know if it's just like through the fact that I'm meeting them through a work dynamic, but I actually haven't met a lot of celebrities in a work dynamic or personally that have been disappointing, which is I think lucky for me. I've always been surprised. I'm pleasantly surprised, and I'm always curious. I read Demois and I love her account on Instagram, but I always take it with a grain of salt when people are like, oh, they're such an asshole, or they were such a,
Yeah.
can I say bitch? Is that okay?
Yeah.
They were
You
such a
can say
bitch to
anything you
me.
want. Honestly,
Okay,
my
cool.
first episode of the podcast, I was cursing. And I was just like,
Okay.
I wonder if I'm allowed to curse because I'm at like a network. So
Yeah.
I don't know but I never asked them and they never told me I couldn't. So I'm just cursing.
Okay, all good. So yeah, like I'm always like, I read those stories and I take it with a grain of salt because everybody has bad days and it's so easy to forget that these people are human beings, even though I understand that they sign up for this critique to a certain regard. But also it's just like, I know now from people coming in my comments or my DMs, how easy it is for somebody to attack your character behind a screen without actually knowing you.
Have you gotten hate?
Oh my gosh, yeah. I mean, so on Instagram, I've had like a few situations where I speak out about pop culture and trash reality, but I also talk about current events. I talk about representation and diversity a ton because that's the area that I work in my day job. And I have been dragged so I'm mixed race. Like my mom is like Venezuelan, Trinidadian, my dad's Russian and Czech. But like I have people telling me all the time, like, you're not even black, like da 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 da, like
Wow. That's
saying
crazy.
really negative things I'll keep that as an example, but there are worse things that come into my DM sometimes. And it's just like the best part is it bothered me for a period of time. And then I saw when JoJo Siwa came out and she shared her Instagram, her IGTV, and was so happy and amazing. There was something on comments by celebs where someone was like, I'm never going to let my daughter watch you anymore, da 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 da. And she just wrote, okay, with an exclamation point.
Yeah.
And it was on comments by celebs. And I was like, that was my like release. I was like,
That's how you
this
handle
is
it.
the best way. And it truthfully like let go of any
It's so
animosity
true.
in those comments.
You really have to do that. I've gotten a little bit of hate, not much, because
Yeah.
I'm like amazing. And I
Yeah,
swear to
you
God, I
are.
actually reply like XOXO, love you too, like hearts. Like
Mhm.
I don't think I've ever clapped back ever, like at anyone, because I genuinely, it really just doesn't matter. Because I feel like the people who are hating are such trolls. They always have like no profile picture, and they
Yep.
just are saying like whatever, and it's just like, Who cares?
Exactly. And it's always the ones on TikTok. I like, because I have melasma and I always get like, shave your mustache and blah, blah. I'm like,
Oh
I
my
don't have
God.
one, but it's fine. But it's always the people commenting, you're right, that are like user
Or the
77623.
hamster
They don't
accounts.
even
Have
have
you
a name.
seen the hamster accounts?
No, what's
Oh
that?
my God, there is probably thousands and thousands of hamster accounts on TikTok. All of a sudden, their profile pictures are hamsters. There's like a save the hamster. It's so weird and bizarre to me. It's been like really prominent the last few weeks. I've seen this huge hamster community. I'm not even kidding you.
Whoa.
Look out for it. I'm sure someone with a hamster is commenting on one of your posts. It's
For
terrifying.
sure. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna look this up.
I want to circle back to Summer House though, because I'm
Yes,
watching Summer
sorry.
House, and honestly, like it's not my favorite show on Bravo. I
Tell me
like it.
why.
I actually like it. It just feels like a very boring cast. Everyone's very normal. They're quarantined. They're not really doing anything. I feel like the drama is getting recycled at this point.
Mm-hmm.
There's just no like super eccentric cast member. I just feel like everyone is so just like Long Island,
You
Hamptons
don't think
vibe.
Hannah's being a so here's the
I
thing
like
is like,
Hannah.
again, this could come back to our difference of age in that for me,
Okay.
I'm like, this is my pace of drama.
Maybe because, yeah, maybe they're all in their 30s. I don't know.
Yeah, they are, I think, or
Not
their late
matter.
20s.
Yeah,
But I think that I definitely get the sense of the recycled drama with Luke and Hannah. And I don't know where Sierra came from in like trying Luke thinking he has a chance because she clearly is not into him at all. Um, and then yeah, like Kyle and Amanda seem to just be in a good place.
finally.
But it's Lindsay. Lindsay's bringing the drama, really.
Lindsay is crazy.
I
And I
know,
kind
but
of love it. What do you think
yes,
about her and should she get back with her
Steven.
ex-boyfriend? And what do you think about this 8 PowerPoint slide that her boyfriend sent her? Because I thought it was sexy.
Okay, thank you. Like when Danielle was like, this is like not what you do, I was like, maybe it's the Virgo in me. I was like, I like would that to me was like
Mhm.
porn. I was like, yes, a spreadsheet,
I think
definitions.
that's sexy. I don't know
Yes,
how I would react to it if it was me, but like if I'm
true.
here for my friend, like if my friend is
Yes.
like in the spreadsheet, and what do you think of Danielle? I feel like she doesn't necessarily bring anything to the show at all.
Yeah, I'm super confused with, and I've been confused about Danielle from the beginning in that house because I'm not really sure what role she plays. Like
Mm,
we have the dynamic with like Paige and Carl in the beginning, and now Paige has a boyfriend, sure, but she's Hannah's best friend, and like Hannah and Luke and Amanda and not Amanda, excuse me, Kyle and Amanda or Hannah butting
yeah.
heads. Like
Well, Danielle was in
everybody,
a love triangle for a minute, right?
yeah, with Carl, and I
And
forget.
now she's just literally has not brought anything to the show. I think they should
Right.
have had like a new cast member come in that was maybe a guy.
Right. And it almost feels like Danielle has moved to a friend of, but because they had to
Mm.
quarantine, she's like in the house. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah. Like if you're talking
Like she's
housewives.
like Lindsay's. Yeah. Like if you're thinking housewives, she's like become like a friend of, but
Hmm.
she's still in the house. And
Yeah.
she provides great commentary, like in the ITMs or
Mhm.
whatever, but it's not really, she doesn't have a storyline
Yeah, at all. But I mean, does
at
every
all.
cast member need to have a storyline?
I don't know, but
It'd be
it would be
nice.
nice to see her have
Well, her
one
storyline is
major
that she works
storyline.
so hard.
Yes.
Her
But
storyline
like
is that she
so did
works a 9 to 5 and
Steven,
she's so
and
busy.
Danielle or Lindsay hated that.
Mhm.
So
So who's your favorite on the show?
oh, I love Carl. I'm so
Oh,
basic. I'm just like rooting for him. I don't know what
hmm.
it is. I know he's not perfect. I know he's immature, but like I just see somebody that really wants to get his shit
I
together.
think he has over the past year a little
I
bit.
think so.
I believe he's single. You mentioned that you were single.
Yeah,
I've
but
met
he's in New
Carl
York.
once.
How
Oh
tall
yeah,
is
he's
he?
in
Is
New
he really
York. He's
tall?
really tall and he's really good looking too. He's like better
Oh,
looking in person. And
damn it.
we might have to just find a way to set that up.
I know, right? I'm so not a like slide into the DMs of celebrities person. Like to me, I just don't even do it. But I'm like, should I?
I don't
Probably
know.
wouldn't even like write me
You
back.
could. Are you verified?
No.
Because sometimes that helps.
Verify me Instagram.
Yeah, verify her and then we'll set it up.
We'll work on it. We'll work on it.
Yeah.
And we'll
Who
keep
would you
everyone
ship me
posted.
with? Can I ask that? Maybe somebody from reality TV?
Who would I ship you with?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, wait.
You can
Now,
think.
no, but
Because
like
I'm very single.
I know this is like an unpopular, or people like had a journey with Brooks Marks, but I
Oh my
loved
gosh.
Brooks
Me
Marks.
too. I
Okay, good.
I think he's really cute too, but I think he's too young for me. He's 21. I'm 23. I
Okay,
need to
but
date someone
also
older, but like
he had
I'm
like
down.
incredible skin. That's what
Yeah,
I
he does.
remember watching him on camera, and I'm like, your skin is amazing.
Yeah. Me and him, I feel like wouldn't work because we're both bottoms, but I
Okay.
think that we would actually have a like I think we could be really good friends. Have given the opportunity.
Okay.
But I'll take
Who
that.
do you see yourself with?
Andy Cohen.
Oh my God, that could work.
No, it
You
literally
need like
could.
a real daddy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We're happy. It's
Okay, so
happening.
you like want like an older
Not
man.
that
Okay.
old. That's just kind of like a joke, a
I
fantasy.
know, but
I still
also
think Big
like,
Daddy. Somebody in there, like maybe like 10 years older than me would work.
yeah, like early or mid 30s. And you
Yeah.
know what? I think that it's so interesting because I'm not like that in relationships, but I have one of my friends and he was dating his partner who was older. And I was like, you just did it right. Like,
Mhm.
oh, like it just, it works so well. I don't know why. Maybe I'm like such an alpha, but like, I'm just like,
Are you type A?
I'm so type A. Like I'm like Virgo, type A, need to
Oh
be
my
in
God.
control.
I feel
So
that.
like I always tend to date like a gentle man.
Okay. That's cool.
But like I should really try to go somebody to take care of me. But Andy Cohen would be a vibe. Now I'm just
Such a
talking.
vibe. So I asked all of my guests this,
Hmm.
and then we're gonna get into The Bachelor. Which reality show do you see yourself going on?
Oh my
Like
gosh.
realistically, fantastically, like in fantasy worlds, like what do you
Okay.
think, where would you fit best?
In a fantasy world, I would love to go on like Big Brother or Survivor, like one of
Oh my
those
God,
ones that you have to
me
use your,
too.
yeah.
Literally, me
Like I would
too.
never go because there's no, like I couldn't, but I think that would be emotionally traumatizing for me. But like I would really love to
Mhm.
and test my limits
Which one
there.
would you do better at though? Because Survivor is like outside on an island, but then
I
it's for $1
know.
million and it's 39 days. Big Brother in a house, but it's like 3 months,
I
500,000.
know.
So it's like, which one would you rather do?
So I actually think I would do better in Big Brother because I have a lot of allergies and I feel like I'd be that
Uh,
person that would like get bit by something and like break
uh-huh.
out everywhere and have to leave on Survivor. And also low key, I think that I could be like that floater in the house, which is not
You
the
would
best
be
person to be in Big Brother.
you would be really good. We
But
would have
like
an alliance.
yes, we'd have an alliance. And I feel like I am somebody that tries to keep, you probably see it in my TikToks too.
Mhm.
Like I try to keep like a neutral or
Yes.
impartial, like an unbiased opinion, which doesn't always work well for me because people are like, what's your opinion?
Mhm.
But I try that and it does tend to work for me a lot of the time. So I think I could really float on Big Brother.
No, I
But
think
in
you'd be
real
such a
life,
floater. But then you
yeah,
would have to make a move at the end to make you that power player if you
yes,
wanted to win. Otherwise, you would
yeah.
get like third, fourth,
And
or
we'd
fifth place.
smash social game. We'd smash
Social
it.
game key. I almost feel
Yeah.
like I could get targeted early though, because I wouldn't be the best in challenges if we were on Survivor. Like I
Yep.
don't want to get wet, like I don't want to get dirty, like I'm
Right.
not fighting anybody. So I would love to go on Survivor, but I feel like I would really have to I would have to be on a good team at first. And then once I get my
Totally.
footing in, I'm like, if I make it to the jury, it's a wrap. It's a
Yeah,
wrap.
you'd be great. And then realistically,
Yes.
I truthfully like, I'm like, I could see myself moving to LA,
Mhm.
working my little life away, but like being the Leah Mob of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills,
Oh
like
my
the young,
God.
fresh pup
Yeah.
coming in and like having an opinion because they need to freshen it up.
So you would
I'm
really would go on
diverse.
Housewives
I think so. I
in
think
like
it
a
could
few
be
years.
fun. Yeah.
That would be awesome.
I'm ready to play the game.
Yeah.
What do
Or
you
would
think? Do
you
you think?
rather? I feel like I could see you on like a Vanderpump Rules more type of show. I just feel like you're too
Oh,
young for
true.
Housewives. Like all the
That's
housewives are a
true.
lot older and they all are
I
like married
know.
with kids.
I think I could do like I could do a summer house. I could
I
really
see
get
you
down
on
with this
Summer
new
House.
winter house.
Oh
Winter house could
yeah.
be the move for me. But I do just like the idea of being like that young new housewife that's like
Mhm.
so obscure.
Would you start drama?
Um, oh my gosh, that's such a good
Who
question.
would like you
I
would be on Beverly Hills? Is that which franchise you would choose to be on?
that wouldn't be the franchise I would choose to be on. I would pick that just simply due to location. I think I
Okay.
would really love seeing like Salt Lake City. I would love to hang with those women
Hmm.
really badly. I
Yeah,
really that was a strong first season.
it was really good.
But like Also Potomac. I love Potomac
Ooh.
so much.
So
So I don't know.
who is your favorite on Potomac and who's your favorite on Salt Lake City?
So my favorite on Potomac, oh my gosh, let me think about this. Like this is the thing too with Monica, not Monica, what is her name? Is it
Monique.
not Monique and Candace? Like I love Candace. I don't know what it is about her. I know she's not perfect, but I love her. But like, so yeah, I would pick Candace or I would have to pick like Karen because she's so
Yeah.
ridiculous.
I actually really like Robin all of a sudden. She just
Yeah.
grew on me. I just think she's really chill and nice. And she's
Yeah.
just not unnecessary like all the
She
other women on
is.
Potomac.
She is. She is super unnecessary and she's dealt with a lot personally as well. And then on Salt Lake City, I really, really loved Lisa Barlow.
Wow.
Yeah. Again, unpopular opinion. But I virtually met her at an
Oh,
event and
okay.
she was lovely. And of course I loved like Heather. I
I
think
liked
Heather
Heather
was
too.
the
And
best of
Meredith.
all of them and Meredith.
I actually virtually met Meredith and Brooks during
Really?
during one of their premiere parties.
Oh my
And I
God.
was
And
like,
were
hi,
they
Brooks.
nice?
Yeah, they were also nice.
Hey.
They all looked good too.
I know they all look great. But yeah, I think Heather I would love to like have a glass of wine with. But Lisa, like what I love about Lisa is that she's just so polished and she's like a
Yeah.
boss, you know? And again, I like aspire. She's like, I want my companies,
Mm.
all that good stuff.
I like all of them for the most part. I connected with the whole cast before the show started because I went to the premiere and I
Ooh,
was like writing an article about it. So now that I'm like connected to them, it's like you said with Teresa, you almost like them more because
yes.
you have that connection than like judging them blindly on the show.
Yes. And so I also for a podcast years ago interviewed Dolores
Mhm.
Catania
Oh
and
yeah,
like
I love her.
I met her. She was so lovely. I literally to this day, she's like my real OG favorite housewife is Sonia. Sonia, like I love her,
Okay.
but like Dolores is just the loveliest person.
She's
Like
beautiful. And
I'm
her son,
obsessed with
Frankie,
her.
that's who you should have said
Yes,
for me.
sorry,
Frankie
Frankie. Oh
Catania.
my
Yeah,
God,
you
he's
didn't have to
so
stick it
cute.
to only gays. You
I
could have
know
said
that. I just
anyone.
love Brooks.
Yeah,
Like,
I
truth
actually
be
like him
told.
too. I like him too. I really want to see him on season 2 with some growth
Yes.
because he did come off very spoiled during season 1. We can't deny that.
No, he didn't come off the best, but I really, really liked him. And I just felt like he added good character and color to his mom and his family
Oh yeah.
situation.
And Meredith I loved her.
I know. I'm
She was good.
disengaging.
I'm disengaging. I actually need to get a t-shirt like that. I want to get a Brooks Mark sweatsuit too.
I
That's on
want
my
a
list of
Brooks Mark
things.
sweatsuit so
Okay,
bad.
we're putting it out there. Well, we can also just
Okay.
buy one, but
I know.
let's talk about
Manifest.
the most dreaded show in television, The Bachelor.
Mm-hmm.
It's finally over, and I feel so relieved. I have been reporting on it all
I
season,
know.
making TikToks about it. And like I talk about it so much because that is where my niche is, my algorithm.
Yeah.
So even though I love talking about it, I have to do it twice as much because
Yes.
that's what gets me the views on TikTok. So I'm so happy it's over.
Yeah, I mean, I stopped talking about it because I was just like, I can't. But you
Mhm.
really, you brought it, babe. I'm
I
like
did.
proud of
I
you
did. Thank you.
because you've done such a great job. And honestly, what a difficult season to watch. And
Mhm.
it's almost so unfortunate because the same way I was so excited about Rachel Lindsay's season in
Mhm.
being the first female, well, female, but first black
Black female lead.
bachelorette.
Yeah.
I was so excited for Matt James to be the first Black Bachelor and just everything that came with it on social media and all of these
Mhm.
truths coming out and these past histories of the contestants,
And just the Chris
specifically
Harrison
Rachel,
thing.
and the Chris Harrison thing. Like it just put this entire other heaviness and weight to the experience for the audience, for Matt, of course.
Mhm.
And it's unfortunate. Like it's fortunate in the sense that we are all forced to wake up and pay attention to what's
Mhm.
going on in Bachelor Nation and the problems that they have. Um, and then how that stems further. But also it's unfortunate because you want this to be a positive and exciting moment for
About
the
love.
culture. Yeah,
We want to see a proposal at the end. We want to see a happy couple. And I
I
was
know.
thinking about it today. I made a TikTok right before we came on. I'm like, this might be the shortest Bachelor Nation couple ever. It was like between them, Becca and Ari, and maybe like Hannah, Ann, and Peter. It's like all the recent years, they just break up after like 2 weeks and then get back with like somebody else from their season. So who do you think Matt James should try and rekindle a relationship with from his season? Because I know a lot of people are shipping him and Heather.
I mean, I know a lot of people have talked about Heather and like they're possibly hanging out. I haven't had any confirmation come into my DMs that way.
Everyone's just saying she was in San Clemente when he was in San Clemente,
Yeah.
and now
And
she's in
like
New
they're all
York.
friends, so it's not
Yeah.
that ridiculous to think that they would be in the same place. But I mean, first of all, justice for Abigail, gone before
Yes.
her time. I loved her.
Me too.
Um,
She'll go
I
on
really,
Paradise.
yeah, she'll go on Paradise. I loved Bree. I don't understand why he didn't vibe more with Bree. Bree was incredible. She also has the single mom. Like, I just didn't understand what happened there. But I also feel like Matt didn't gel with anybody. Something I said on my podcast was like, if he got to Michelle being in his final two and he was like, I'm not in love with her, da da da. I'm like, if that person's in your final two, you didn't vibe with
Yeah,
anybody.
you should be starting to like fall in love with like 3, 4 girls. That's what we've seen on previous
Yes.
seasons. I just feel like Matt was very closed off in
Yes.
regards to trying to find a relationship. I just don't think he was ready for it. And he was really thrown into this position. They only chose him because he was Black. That is the only
Yes.
reason, because
and he was best friends with Tyler C.
Yeah, the Bachelor was getting so much flack at the time because it was the height of BLM. They announced the Bachelor way before they usually do, just because they needed a Black Bachelor. And for some reason, they did not want to pick Mike Johnson. So they forced Matt James into it. Matt James couldn't pass up that opportunity because obviously he has to take up on that role to show the representation and start the change in the franchise. But he wasn't ready for that. I mean, but then again, like, even though everything happened the way it did, it was almost so important for all that to happen with Chris Harrison, with Rachel, because now we're really setting the groundwork and having the conversations. Like, this is like
it's sink or swim now for Bachelor Nation.
It's a huge event. After the final rose, that was like as big as the Super Bowl, like for us pop culture fans, with Emmanuel there. Like, it was huge. And that was so monumental for reality television, especially on this franchise that has such an older audience watching that isn't aware of these topics and these conversations that have to be had.
Of course. I think you just said that perfectly. There was such a need for this to happen. I thought Emmanuel was amazing. I feel like I wish, because we all knew what happened, that like the actual finale, I know the finale was an hour and after the final rose was 2.
That's like, what I've seen that online, or a lot of people were saying that they should have done after the final rose on Tuesday for 2 hours, because everyone wants them. I don't know if you saw, Michelle and Rachel actually had a conversation filmed. After the final rose. Yes.
I didn't know that. I knew like Bree was there.
Bree was there, and Michelle and Rachel actually sat down in the hot seat and talked with Emmanuel, and they actually filmed for 6 hours, and they only put it on an hour. So there's so much more that we could have seen, and it would have been amazing if they just did 2 hours on like a Tuesday, or maybe they can release the footage on YouTube. So I know
I would love to watch that more, like, because we knew what happened. And I just think now with social media, there's like a couple of things happening outside of what they do for filming, where it's like these people go on with a different intention. Like you said, we're seeing it happen from Ari's season. Like, everybody's going on to be an influencer. We know this, right? Like,
yeah, for sure. And I don't really blame them either, though.
No,
but it also just takes
away. I wish I was younger. I'd be like,
you can still go on. Come on, you can still totally go on.
I know they're doing a Bachelor in Paradise.
Can go on. You can go on.
True. They're doing a Bachelor in Paradise in Canada. And I'm like, please make me Wells the bartender. And everyone's like, no, you should go on. And I'm like, oh, I don't want to work out that much.
Oh my God. Do you think that Wells should be the host of Bachelor in Paradise? Because we can assume that Chris Harrison won't be back for Paradise.
You don't think?
No, there's no way.
You don't think they'll soft launch Chris back into the
because
nation?
I would think that, but then there's been many contestants who have spoke, like Ivan, Serena, who have basically said that they would not feel comfortable going to Paradise. All the diverse contestants said that they wouldn't feel comfortable going to Paradise if Chris was there. So
so then I would love Wells to host.
There's no one else that could do it.
No, I think Wells would be incredible, or Nick Viall would also be one I'm sure they would gun for.
Yeah, I don't think people would take Nick seriously, though.
I know, that's true. Wells is just so great. I don't know. I just love him.
Yeah, but then who could be the bartender? You?
Me?
Yeah, we can do it together.
Okay, we'll do it together.
So fun.
It would be so good.
Who from Bachelor Nation do you think could be the bartender? Because a lot of people are saying Demi.
Demi, maybe. She has very good relationships in Bachelor Nation, and she's good at getting people to talk. I'm trying to think who like an odd choice could be that would be really fun.
It would
Like,
have to be like an OG.
yeah, like I was thinking, like, do you remember Olivia from Ben
Of
Higgins'
course.
season? And
Yes.
he like left her on the island. She really has like redeemed herself
I
from her
like her.
time on Bachelor Nation.
Uh-huh.
She could be a fun, obscure choice. Ben Higgins could also be the host,
He
or they
could be the
could pick
host.
like Ashley I and Jared, like the
Yeah.
couple, and have
I
them
don't think
team
they
up.
could be, they wouldn't be the bartenders because they're
No, I
too
think they
big.
could be the hosts.
Yeah, they
Um,
could. I
I'm
don't think
trying to
that that
think
will
who
happen though.
else. No, I don't think so
How long have you
either.
been watching The Bachelor? Like, what was your first
Day
season like?
one.
You watched season
First,
one?
absolutely, with Alex, whatever. The real you, I don't know, you're probably such a baby,
Yeah,
but
I
like,
started watching when I was at Jake Pavelka season 14, and I was like 10 or 11.
okay, so like the first seasons of The Bachelor, it was like not, it was about a guy who was actually a millionaire. So like these
Yeah,
guys were all, they were actually millionaires,
there
and
were
then it was
like
like this
coveted men.
reveal.
There was a Prince
Yes.
one season.
Yes, yes. And then like Andrew Firestone was this man
Mhm.
who's like the heir to the Firestone
Yeah,
riches or whatever. And then another guy, Ben, I think, that owned like a vineyard and a winery.
Ben
Like,
Flanick.
yes. So there's like so many OG people. I've been watching it from the beginning.
Did you know when you started watching season one, season two, did you know what potential the show had?
None whatsoever. Like I knew that I liked it and it was interesting and it was like ahead of its time with where we are now with
Mhm.
reality TV and the entire like zeitgeist and ecosystem of it. But it was just interesting to watch people fall in love. Like the rose-colored glasses were still on, you know?
Mhm.
It was so exciting to see people fall in love. And it was before social media. So their chance for lasting
It
was
was
so much
more, it was a
greater.
lot more genuine and authentic back then. But now
Yes.
reality TV has just changed so much as a whole because I think that they just want us to keep they just want to keep us stimulated constantly so
Mm-hmm.
that they're throwing in more drama and they're throwing in more parties and group dates and events that like we can't even keep
Yes.
up with the show.
At all. Like so much happens sometimes. If you think about a show like Too Hot to Handle, remember
Mhm.
that came out on
Yeah,
Netflix last year? And it was like 8 episodes. They put it out on a Friday. It was super
I like that.
salacious. And it was just like, that's also where Bachelor Nation now is going to show a weakness because they put those 8 episodes. It was so fast. And like Bachelor Nation trying to ride it out over 8 weeks when we've all read spoilers, like you
I
even
wanted,
see
yeah, I wanted to kind
like,
of circle back to the spoilers because
yeah,
I am so over them and I don't look for them. Like obviously people send me them
I
and I'm
know.
sure they send you
Or they
them
spoil it in your
or they
comments,
spoil it
and
in
you
your
ask them
comment.
not to.
You ask them, yeah, but also it's like I can't even look up The Bachelor on Google without seeing spoilers.
Mhm.
Or like scroll
I
on my
know.
FYP. I'm like, why are spoilers a thing? Like, remember when there was no spoilers? Remember how fun it was to watch the season? Like, I was spoiled probably over a month ago about that Rachel was going to win. And I already knew 2 weeks ago that Michelle and Katie were going to be the next Bachelorettes. Like,
Yes,
isn't it
yes.
so frustrating?
It's so frustrating. I don't like watching, like, the only thing that made watching now fun for me was not spoiling it because my friends and I would do, like, bachelor pools and stuff like
Okay.
that. So, that was actually so fun, and now you're right, it's impossible to avoid. I actually tweeted this, I was like, "Can't wait for the internet to tell me who I can't like on these
I
next
saw
seasons
you
of The
tweet that.
Bachelorette." Like,
Yeah.
I was just
Or
like,
post
because
that.
that's what happens now. It sucks.
It really does. Did you do well? And did you do a Bachelor pool this year?
So we didn't even do the pool this year. We have a group chat that we watch it, but we didn't do the pool because all these spoilers came out right from the beginning. But that's why I
Oh,
was doing like my top picks. And
mm-hmm.
Rachel was in my top 4. And of
Yeah.
course, then everything happened.
Damn. What do you think of Reality Steve, someone who makes a living off of spoiling The Bachelor?
So I don't mind him. Like there's obviously an audience and an appetite for him and that type of content. I think what's interesting now is with so many people spoiling, it's kind of like screwed up his entire model, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I don't know who was originally in the production of Bachelor Nation that was giving him spoilers, but like they're definitely gone because he does not get spoilers as fast as he once did.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I feel like he should do what he's doing, but we used to be able to avoid him. Like I've never followed
Exactly.
him on any social media, but now it's like I think it's just TikTok. Reality Steve said this, Reality Steve said that, Reality Steve, Reality Steve. He definitely was getting inside info from somebody and he's
Hmm.
genius for it.
He is. He also was like super ahead of his time. And what was so interesting about him, and again, this is like why I think Bachelor Nation, they know how popular this show is. Like they can deal with these waves. Um, is just like he would have contestants come on. He had people from Bachelor Nation,
On his
like production,
podcast.
come on the podcast. Like they never actively tried to like denounce what he was doing, you know?
Yeah.
Of course, Chris will be like, "You think you know," and it's like, "No, we do, babe."
Oh my God. Well, the season is finally wrapped.
Yes,
Thank
Finn.
God. And now we're getting 2 seasons of The Bachelorette. I know a lot of
Yeah.
people are really excited about it. I'm personally not excited because I feel like The Bachelor is too overexposed. And if we want to keep this franchise going longer, we
Mhm.
honestly need a break. So I don't think that we need an extra season of The Bachelorette in there. Are you excited for Michelle and Katie?
I'm with you, right? Like I'm cautiously optimistic. I
Mhm.
want to like it. I'll obviously watch it just like you. It's like we kind of have to
Yeah, now we
for
have to.
for our job, but I'm not excited about it the way that I once was. Katie is somebody that like even before she went on the show, she was trying to make it as this like sex comic. And
Uh-huh.
so like the intention is just we know that she's not there for love.
Mm.
Michelle didn't even have Instagram at first, so
Yeah, because she's a
I'm a little
teacher,
bit,
so she kept
yeah,
her life private.
I'm a
Michelle
little
just
more
seems
excited.
like
She's
so nine
pure.
to five, though.
I know.
Like Midwest. Like, does she even want to be on TV? Like,
We'll
she,
see. I think what
yeah.
could be interesting with Michelle is sort of like what I said with Matt at first before I realized what was really going on. There was this like innocence to Matt, and I always thought that him just like being nice to all the girls, and you even saw it on the Women Tell All, like none of them really had anything bad to say about Matt because like you said,
Mhm.
he didn't really get vulnerable. Like I just feel like Michelle will have an innocence to her that hopefully is a good thing.
Okay.
Um but like I feel like we all got played by Matt. Like I wanted to love Matt, but I think yeah, like to
I'm
pull that
siding with
fast
Matt.
one.
I'm
You're
siding with
siding
Matt.
with Matt?
Yeah.
See, I think he pulled a fast one on production to be like, "I'm not getting engaged. I'm not ready." It's like, "Why are you the lead of this show? You know it's a fake
Uh-huh.
engagement."
Yeah, and it's also like how you have it so easy. They're setting up the location for you. They're giving you prime camera footage. They're giving you a
Mhm.
ring that you would probably spend thousands of dollars on if it was actually your fiance. Like, and you can return
Yeah,
the ring after if it doesn't work.
I know. And hindsight 2020, I guess it's good because he picked Rachel and like the whole proposal, the fiance narrative would have been worse than just like who he ends up with, but have since called it off. But like I that surprised me, and that compounded with Michelle saying that she asked on After the Final Rose for 2
Uh-huh.
minutes of his time and he wouldn't give it to her. There was something I was blindsided about with Matt.
Well, I heard people saying that the producers never told Matt that Michelle asked for her time because they wanted her to be more devastated and show up
Oh.
to After the Final Rose like that. So there's so much like speculation.
Yeah. I don't
But
know.
I'm just happy it's over.
Have you ever heard of the show Unreal?
Yes, I've never seen it,
Okay.
but I know I like everyone in my entire life has told me to watch it. I've just never got
See,
around
that
to
would
it.
be a good TikTok for you, would be to watch it and
Oh,
give your
okay. Is it
feedback
on
on the show.
Netflix?
I'm not sure where it is in America. I'll Google and I'll tell you.
Oh my
I'll
God,
send you a
yes, you're in
message.
Canada. Do you get different,
Yeah.
like, what time zone are you in?
I'm in Eastern Standard, so it's like 12:50 for you, it's 3:50 for me.
Oh my God. I
Still
was
got
telling
that
you,
daylight savings time light though.
oh, that's good. We just had that too. I was telling you, it was like 12 o'clock by me, like when we were scheduling the podcast, because I am so bad at time zone. I got fired from a job once because it was like a temp job, so it wasn't like long
Okay.
term. Because I could not, I was managing like this girl in fashion's calendar. I could not keep track of her appointments because everyone was Eastern, then Western, then Central, and
Yep.
I'm like, I literally cannot do it. I swear to God.
I
So it was
Google
just
it
so
every single
confused.
day, even with the TikTok analytics. That's in like UTC, which I didn't know what
Hmm.
was. And I'm like, every day I'm like, what is 4 p.m. in Eastern Standard
Uh-huh.
Time?
Oh my gosh. Wow.
I had a question for you pertaining to Matt, and now I forget. Oh, this is what I was going to say about Unreal was that my girlfriend was a producer at one point on Bachelor in Paradise, and she said that a lot of those manipulative in the show Unreal, it's like the producers are really manipulating the
Mhm.
contestants and the lead, and like that really happens. Like they don't outwardly tell them to do things, but they really manipulate the situation Like, so they might have been
Yeah.
like, remember Michelle when Matt didn't come and see you when you saw 2 minutes? Like,
Uh-huh.
didn't that really upset you? You should talk about that with Emmanuel.
Yeah.
Like, they do little things that are manipulative like that.
They're so good at it.
So good. And the
Wow.
editors on that show, like that whole crying thing about Matt, like it ended up being about Michelle. Like I didn't see that coming at all. Him
I thought
sitting
it
on the
was
curb.
about like his dad.
Yeah. I'm telling you, give him
And
an
a
Emmy.
teaser can really confuse you though.
Seriously.
Wow. Are you gonna be watching the Kardashians? It premieres tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Yes.
Okay.
I okay, so like I was didn't realize that I would be so emotional about this being the final season. I
Aw.
truly thought that we were getting more reality TV content from them on Hulu, but that's not the case. It's a promotional deal with them. And
Oh,
so I
what
don't
is
think
it?
they're
What did you hear? What promotional deal? Because I don't understand why they would do another reality show after.
so apparently this like 4-year deal with Hulu is not another show, or it's not like as of now, it's not like I really wanted like a Poosh show. I love Poosh. Like I would have loved to see like the wellness team at Poosh
Oh my
testing things.
gosh.
Like it's such a vibe. But apparently it's like a promotional deal. Like Kris Jenner posted about being excited about like the Property Brothers new TV show on Hulu or Discovery Plus, which is owned by
Mhm.
Hulu. And it was just like it's like them posting on Instagram, like paid promotion. It's not actually a show deal.
That
And I
makes
thought
so
it was
much
going to
sense.
be shows.
That I
So this
never
is
thought
the
it
last season.
I never thought that they would actually do a show on Hulu because that was the reason why I feel like they decided to walk away because they're
Mhm.
oversharing their life. They're too famous now. Like even
Yeah.
the past couple of years, they've been really just like circling around the actual truth. And I'm really wondering if Kim is going to open up about Kanye or
I
Chloe's really going to
know.
open up again about Tristan because I feel like they love the fans and they want to share us. They want to share it with us.
Yes.
They want to
Yes.
give us that, but there's so many other factors in the way now that they are so famous that they really can't tell us everything anymore.
Totally. I think that I could see them because now Tristan and Chloe are in a good place. They can take us like through that journey because it ends positively and that will deflect by Kim and Kanye a little bit. So I could see that. Plus, we're getting like the Scott and Courtney thing back in the mix, which we always do every couple of
Every
seasons.
couple of seasons. But now we got Scott and Amelia. I don't know if they
I
were dating
know.
while they were filming Keeping Up with the Kardashians, but I do know that they were dating while they were filming Real Houses of Beverly Hills. And Amelia has been on Beverly Hills a lot the
Yeah.
past few
Yeah.
years. Lisa Rinna really pushes Amelia to be on the show. At one point, Amelia even mentioned that her mom forced her to be on the show. Now that she's
What?
yes, so now that she's dating Scott, I'm like, I want to see if you're sad that the Kardashians are ending, you might get a little, you might want to watch
I
Beverly
could
Hills.
see a Scott crossover on Beverly Hills with Lisa being like, own it, own
Yeah,
it.
I want to see that.
I would love that. And Chris is on there sometimes.
Yeah,
She's
she's
there
on a
with
few episodes.
Faye because of Kyle. And now Kathy's on there too. So you never know. We'll see what happens. Um, I just like, I'm excited for this final season. I didn't realize I would feel so emotional toward it, but I think truthfully it is because they are super open about sharing their
Mm.
lives and they are like I don't know what you've heard or if you've interviewed any of them at any point in time, but like Kim, I'll speak for Kim, is like the known, like her
Nicest
reputation is like
person.
the nicest,
Mm-hmm.
hardest working, most professional person
A hundred
like
percent.
out there right now in reality TV. Like she is just a queen. And
Mm-hmm.
so I have that like foundational respect for her that I like love this family and I feel like so much empathy toward them. I don't know
I
what
really
it
hope I will probably be crying because I said I hope. I love to cry. I'm a Cancer, so I like crying is like my happy
Yes.
place. So I
Yes.
hope that I really cry during the final season. I wonder how many episodes it will be and how long it will go. But going in, like, who is your favorite one? Like, who do you really feel the most connected to overall the past 10 years?
I mean, I love Courtney.
Oh my
I
God.
love her. Like,
I
I'm a
get it.
crier too. I'm a Virgo. Like, it's not actually normal that I cry as much as I do, but like, I like that she's awkward in really serious or upsetting situations. I like that she's not like, she's kind of like anti the reality TV of it all, even though she's built her whole life and career off of it. I love that she just wants to have babies and be a mom and like live her wellness truth. I just gel with her. Like,
I get
I
it.
think she's funny. I miss the early days of like Chloe and Courtney Take Miami.
Mm.
Um, and
I
yeah, I don't
totally,
know.
totally get that. I
Who's your
know that there's a
favorite?
Kourtney Kardashian fan base. My favorite always goes back and forth between Kim and Chloe. Chloe's a Cancer, just like I am, so I feel really connected to her in a lot of ways. But then I also feel so connected to Kim in a lot of ways too, because I feel like she shared the most, and she really just like made this her show, and I just like really respect her and just love the entertainment that she has provided us. And
She
just being the
really
queen,
has.
and just
She
being the
is the
queen. I love a
queen.
queen.
I know, you're so right. I also like he's not on the show anymore, but like of all the Kardashians, like again, I want to protect Rob so badly. It's his birthday today. Happy
Oh
birthday,
wow, happy
Rob.
birthday, Rob. Well, he'll be on the final season, a few episodes,
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah. But I just want the best for him. I feel like losing his father at a young age and then, being thrown into this world of reality really messed with his mental health.
Mhm.
And I want him, I don't know why I feel like this like protection over Rob.
That's
Love him.
fair. I understand that. I get it. Well, it's been so much fun having you on.
I can't believe we've been talking for like an hour.
I know
Thank you
it's
for
time
having
to
me
end the
on.
pod. But we can talk after. So stay on,
Okay.
girl. But thank you for having me on. We talked all about reality TV. Everyone, you has to check out Lexi on TikTok and Instagram. Where are your ads? Let them know where they can follow you.
Yes. Follow me everywhere. TikTok,
Literally
Instagram,
everywhere.
Pinterest, Twitter at Lexniko. It's Lexniko. And listen to my podcast. It's One Last Thing. It's on Apple and Spotify. Just search One Last Thing. I'll show up. Hit that subscribe button and follow along with us.
Yes, and I'll
And
have
thank you for
Lexi's.
having me.
Thank you for coming on. I'm like, we're gonna hang out once you come to
Yeah,
LA next week or
I
whenever.
know.
I'll have Lexi's links in the description below if you guys cannot find her. Okay. Okay, that was my girl Lexi. That was such a fun interview. We mentioned in the interview that we actually connected maybe 2 or 3 months ago on social media, and we were like instantly friends. We have so much in common. I'm so excited for her to come to LA in the next, couple weeks. She's moving back here. We're totally gonna hang out, have a kiki, maybe even record a podcast or something in person. We'll figure it out when she gets here. But I mean, that was just such a fun time. I love having friends on to just chat about all of my favorite things with me. And I love all of you guys for listening and making it to the end of this episode. It means so much to me, as always. So the podcast, as always, is available on Spotify, Apple, Stitcher, all of the places you get your podcast, as well as the video version on my YouTube channel if you are watching. So make sure you guys give us a subscription, like subscribe, and then give us a thumbs up and give us a comment or a rating, or whatever you do to support me is always amazing. And for more information on my podcast and everything that I'm doing, please check out ZacharyReality.com. We do have some merch on there, and we are adding more merch soon in the next week or two. And make sure you guys check out Lexi. And as usual, thanks for watching. Okay, I need to stop saying thank you so many times. I'm gonna have to find another word for that. All right, guys, bye. Have a nice weekend.